Thanks for joining us, Nathan Gorman, on VIP YouTube. I've been trying to get you for a week, but you're in the gym. No
Yeah.
week. Any fight dates coming up?
Hopefully, mate, after the new year. So I think I spoke with Frank maybe 10 days ago, a couple of weeks ago, and he said we'll get you out New Year, looking at February. So it's about 12 weeks time, something like that. So it'll be good to start off a new year, hopefully with a good fight and a good win, and push on then into the new year. Ideally, that's what we want.
Yeah, I did hear. I think Frank only had one show in January. I think he's got quite a lot in February. So
yeah. So hopefully I'll be a part of one of them. Hopefully everything goes to plan.
You're still only 24. You know, I think people tend to forget that 24 and only had a dozen senior amateur fights.
Yeah. I only had 12 fights in total, amateur career. Obviously, half of them was when I was on GB, because I got in the GB squad when I had 6 or 7 fights. So I was quite very inexperienced as amateur, and I mainly learned everything what I'm learning so far on the job as a professional.
Did you
think? But it's good. It's good, mate. As long as I keep learning and developing, that's the main thing, really.
Well, where do you think you are now in the grand scheme of things domestically? We've got this fight this weekend. You know, the title was almost certainly going to be fragmented after that. Certainly the British and Commonwealth, you think?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Obviously, like you said, the winner of Joyce and Dubois, I'd imagine, could be wrong, but I'd imagine they would want to proceed onto world eliminations, if not world title fights. That obviously frees up the Commonwealth and the British, which I'm in line for. There's only me and obviously Fabio Wardley, the English champion, what's really the two main front runners, I'd say, for the British and Commonwealth. So there's good fights there to be made again for the British title, and it's a good time to be a heavyweight.
Yeah. He knocked out Richard Larty the other day, and maybe dubious. You know, he hurt him with a jab anyway before he went over. What did you think of Fab? You fought Larty, and Fabio's fought him.
Yeah, he done. Listen, mate, he done very, very well. I know Fabio anyway from previously, because I had him when I was in a training camp for Daniel. You know, he was up there for I think 2 weeks on sparring. Really nice fella. Can box, got good skills. It'd be an interesting one, mate. And obviously, I'm not the type of lad here to come and slate him or nothing. The lad's a very, very, very nice fella. You know, he's done a very good job on Saturday. But I'd imagine our paths will soon cross, especially for the British title.
So yeah, you won't be keeping out of each other's way for the next few months, I guess, because it's a fight that people were talking about straight after on Saturday night.
Well, to be fair, right after Fabio's win on Saturday, even some of the commentators, all the hosts and etc. was mentioning it. And I looked on my phone on Twitter, and I must have had about 50 or 60 tweets messaging me, when do you want to fight Fabio? Are you going to fight Fabio? And all stuff like that. So it's going to build into a nice fight.
What is he like as a fighter, Wardley, from the sparring? Because I know you had limited experience, but you was around, I guess, you know, and I'm not disrespecting Fabio at all. You was training with really good amateur fighters up in Sheffield, elite fighters, you know, Daniel, Joe Joyce, whereas he was on that unlicensed circuit.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, he's a very good fighter, mate. As well as you know, Steve, you don't win English titles and do what you're doing if you're no good. You know, I think he's learned on the job. He's young, he's fresh. I suppose, on one sense, where he hasn't had all the amateur experience, he's coming into the game fresh. You know, hasn't took a lot of punches and absorbed a lot of punches. So that's a plus side on that. He's a good fighter, and it will make for a very, very good fight.
Yeah. Did you, after you beat Larty, look, you never lost a round. I guess you never moved out of first gear. Yeah. Like you were just going. You know, was you hurt by some of the criticism of your weight that night?
No and yeah, because it was right, but yeah, because people never saw me 3 months prior to that when I was 24, 25 stone.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I lost a lot of weight to come back. 18-month layoff, it's no good. And that time off me, I wasn't training or anything, you know what I mean? Obviously, I was coming off a loss. I wasn't in a good place. I was eating and drinking and, you know, being silly, really. But I got back into the gym and I got the date and I lost four stone. And obviously, I usually fight around 18 and a half stone. I think I was 19 stone, 10 or something like that. Nearly 20 stone anyway. I knew myself I wasn't 100%, but I knew I was fit enough to do the 10, 12 rounds. So for me, I ticked a lot of boxes. It made me fall back in love with boxing, and it's given me the hunger again. And I've been back in the gym. I've lost another stone, so I'm virtually back to my normal self now. So come February, obviously it's about 2-3 months away.
Time, yes.
I should be in very in very decent shape. I will be taking everything serious now, and everything's. I'm happy, which is the main thing, and I'm looking forward to the future.
When you say, how did you go off the rails? Just going out, having a beers at weekends, at night, and
yeah, I was going out drinking. I was drinking maybe 4 or 5 nights a week. To be honest with you, at home, eating rubbish, takeaways. I just lost the love for the sport. I had all previous other things going on as well, personal issues. And it sends you off the rails. What happens is you get in a routine, and you think it's normal, but when you look back, it wasn't normal. The things I was doing. So I had to get back in the gym and get the love back for it, which I have done. And I'm excited for the future, to be fair. Really excited.
You almost don't have to rush losing your weight now. If you've got another stone. You don't want to go and use another stone right now. You've got a bit to, play with over Christmas. No one can expect you to, spend Christmas Day, Boxing Day living like a saint when you're not fighting until February, I don't think.
Exactly, mate. Now I'm back to my normal weight, I can, like you say, I can have a few extra Yorkshire puddings on my Christmas dinner, so it's decent. I can enjoy myself at Christmas, then I just have the Christmas day off, then back in the gym, then prepare for my next date, which hopefully is February.
You saying you had issues away from boxing. Is everything all right with your son now? Because I know you played it down, and you don't make excuses, and I'm not asking you to. It was an inconvenience in the build-up to the Daniel fight.
Yeah. Definitely, mate. Yeah, thank God, Steve. Everything's all sorted now. He's gone previous back to Alder Hay, and he's had all recent CAT scans. Everything's sorted now. He's perfect. He's a full bill of health, thank God. So that's the main thing.
And before I let you go, I know you've been asked a million times. You know the question: who's going to win this Saturday tonight, Dubois or
Truthfully,
if I gave you a free bet?
Truthfully, I generally think it's a 50-50 fight. If it's under 6, I'm favouring Daniel for the explosiveness, the freshness, and the power. But over 6, Joyce is the type of person. He's like a sledgehammer coming at you repeatedly. Where Daniel's, a sledgehammer coming at you once, but massive force. That's the two different punches. If you can understand what I mean. Joyce knocks lumps off you as the rounds continue. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in round 7s and 8. When, Daniel's swallowing his own blood, he's got a busted nose or he's got a cut eye or something. It might not go that. It might go 1 or 2 rounds and he might splatter Joyce. You don't know. If I had my last free bet, I don't know why, I'm going to bet it on Joyce. Not for the fact I don't think Daniel can win, because Daniel can win very easily because he's got that punch in it. And he's not just got the punch, like in box as well. But I think everyone's writing Joe Joyce off, and I don't want to be the man what writes off Joe Joyce. I'm going to back him for this one.
Yeah, you know what was funny? A lot of boxers I speak to, who especially on GB, most of them are going for Joyce.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, isn't he? He's a good.
A lot of them quite confidently. Not you're making a big case of both, but some are going really confidently for him.
See, a lot of people look at Joyce and he'll think, oh, he's slow, he doesn't move this, he doesn't move that. But when you're in the ring with him, he's a very, very difficult man to beat. And he's very awkward, very strong, amazing fitness. So it's a very, very good matchup. Excited to be there.
Nathan, thanks very much indeed.
No problem, Steve.
Looking forward to seeing you back in the ring.
Thanks,
mate. Early next year, and then I guess it'll be another 10-rounder or some international title, and then all systems go for Fabio. You beat Fabio somewhere, and if it goes to purse bids, Eddie beat Frank, you might both have an absolute shed load of money.
Exactly, mate. Definitely.
Thanks very much indeed.
Yeah, Steve. No worries, mate. Good to see you.
Boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north. Click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.